Hello everyone, and welcome to this unorthodox hot dice stream for the Deeside Defenders League. With Ben having the lurgy and off on holiday soon, we couldn't meet up, and also we're all a bit exhausted after World Team Championships. So we're going to be doing it in this format where we're just, there's no beautiful faces in front of you. I've still got Adam and Ben here. Say hi, guys.
Hello.
Hi guys. Hello everyone.
Mm. You see, Ben still sounds like shit. So
I'm glad you said Ben.
And but we can still do the live draw. We can still do the map picks. We just got to trust whatever Adam says he rolls on the d6 is what he actually rolled. We can still go through some of the lists, what you can see on the screen here, and some of the notes that Adam usually puts in, so you can give some wisecracking comments.
Yeah, I think we're lucky enough that Adam doesn't actually know which maps are which. So if we roll the dice before we bring them up,
true,
then nobody knows what's going on.
Least of all me. So I see we're all in the chat. Some people complaining about some of the quality, others saying it's fine. So I think we just crack on, really. Ben, anything you want to say?
No, nothing much. Obviously, we're into round 5 now. Another couple codex release, so everyone's on new lists. We're not expecting a slate this week, so hopefully people can just get on with and play as intended with the list they've submitted and enjoy the round. So we've couple big, only got 2 unbeaten players now. In Fur with his obviously default win over me last round that I'm still unhappy about, but it is what it is.
It's a shame. That would have been a great match to see, but obviously you are, as witness from being at WTC, you were pretty run down. It's a lot of work, isn't it? A lot of people.
Yeah, I think it's. I would just say it's. I just wanted to emphasise we ended up losing. I think about 4, 5. I think it was 5 games we lost this most recent round to their illness, holiday. So just wanted to reiterate. It happened to me. I thought I'd be fine week 3. Ended up really sick. So just play your games as soon as you can, guys, because you never quite know what's going to happen 3 weeks from now. So just a word of warning: if you can get them played early, get them played.
It's those lucky Nurgle underpants Rich gave you before you went away to Austria, I think. What did it?
Yeah, a bit of Austrian flu. I've also realised it probably isn't a good idea swapping shirts with really large, sweaty men in heat. Who knows what sorts of bacteria and microbes you're exposing yourself to? So,
there are much worse events to exchange shirts with big, sweaty men. I think a Warhammer tournament is probably one of the safer ones.
Quite possibly, yeah. But no, like I said, yeah, get your games played. We're getting into like the last 4 rounds now, and it's getting very interesting at the top of the league. I said only 2 unbeaten players in Josh and Fur now. So after this round, in theory, we may only have 1 unbeaten player, which really opens up the league. We're going to see that the lower brackets really become interesting, and that such a large range of people who perhaps lost a game along the way or picked up a couple of draws, all of a sudden, the top 3 places are back open again. So I think it's going to be a really interesting round, this one.
Indeed, and with the NWTC around the corner in 2 weeks, I wonder if there'll be some some lists being practiced there amongst the top 10. And obviously, unfortunately, as many of you would have seen the leaks for the new point. They will not be in effect, obviously, just pure rumour. But Death Guard will finally be getting taken down a notch or 2, I think, to the...
Good.
Yep. And the rumour is that Eldar will be getting a 20% points drop across the board, which is only right. Ben's had to mute himself to that comment, I think.
Yeah. As long as they lose all of their re-rolls and their ability to jump in and out of transports and their 24-inch move and their reactive move and their turn off Overwatch and all those rules, then I'm fine with them getting a 20-point reduction. Just
I
make
think
the, basically just make the entire army Imperial Guardsmen, and then we've got a deal.
I think it's the least we could ask for.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Um,
before I witness too much anti-elf racism, let's just check everything's working here. Lists are there. There's the thing for the draw. Have I got the maps? Where are the maps? There's the maps. So if I scroll through those, the ones that are left are linchpin, then it's taken hold, then it's terraform, and then the supply drop. So, would you roll a dice for us, please, Adam?
Okay, so that's a 4.
A 4. That'll be 1, 2, 3, 4. Supply drop. Ugh.
I apologise.
From these horrible better maps that were eventually yanked from WTC as well.
Yeah.
With these weird crates.
It is a weird one, but it's also what an opportunity to play something weird and wonderful that we've never played before. Sweeping engagement. Weird ass maps. Yes, that is low lying lots of crates there for some unknown reason.
Yep. And a backwards facing short terrain.
Just what you want into a knight's meta. I'm just looking at that map now, and I think if you are a big knight tucked into the big terrain in your deployment zone, you can literally see everything because they're single crates rather than too high as well.
Yeah,
so the line of sight is simply insane on this map.
Yeah.
And I've also just noticed that the ruin in your home deployment is actually the wrong way around, isn't it? You can't actually sit in the. You look at the middle terrain piece.
Yep.
Yeah. Or is it the right way around?
What on earth?
Yeah. It's
okay.
It's a little bit bizarre. Anyway.
Don't drink and design maps, kids.
This is crazy.
I just noticed there's no measurements on that either.
Wow, this is absolutely insane. You can't sit on your expansion without a knight or anything just going, I can see you.
Well,
wow, okay.
It's a choice.
I think this is like a nice send off to the Knights players before they see a 500-point increase on their lists. So a nice last hurrah for our many Knights players.
Well, breathe it in, boys. But there are some interesting staging points. It's worth saying that you've got this. You can sit in this terrain here, and then going into this one here, and you've got a great staging point into the centre, onto the home of your enemy. And the same is true on the other side. It's a little bit lower, but you can still threaten and push. So it's got a lot of play for combat armies in the side, but it's also got a lot of play for shooting armies across the centre, as you said, Ben. So I think this could be interesting. We'll have to play the measurements by ear. Hopefully we can find something online for the measurements on this one. But, yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, I think a lot of the terrain pieces are obviously on the deployment line, from what I can see. So that at least lets you work out the measurements of the others in theory. But interesting one.
Well, thanks, Adam, for that. That was great. I'm sure no one will be annoyed at you for choosing that map. So
No. Well, we knew whichever was the worst one, I was going to roll it.
Yeah. So I think that means we can get on with the draw.
Cool. So just to make everybody aware, we have had a Phil Evans is currently undergoing a house move and lots of things going on. So he has made the decision to withdraw from the league for the time being. So it does mean our numbers even out. So we're at 34. So we will have, because of the nature of the way the league works, and you have to set the players as forfeited to remove them from the tables and the ranking points. It does mean that we have, for this round, we will have 2 players with a bye. Those 2 players will play each other. So just for clarity, I will pair you into each other as we go through the draw. On the website, you will see yourself paired into nobody, but those 2 players will play each other. Okay, just so everyone's hopefully that makes sense.
I think that makes sense.
Right, so round 5. Here we go. It's the serious business end of the league now. Normally, this would be the penultimate round, but obviously we have an extension. So the first pairing is Mr. Brewmaster Evans, which is Nathan. That's on his Eldar. Will be playing Mr. Hugh Dacker, aka Matt Hughes, on his Orcs.
Ooh, interesting.
Ooh,
That'll be a good test for Matt.
That will. I've got some comments about the lists. With Nathan's list, elves, who cares? And Matt, well, he's changed up his list. He's got Mozrog out and a lot of Beast Snagger boys, which is going to be interesting.
Volume.
Perfect, perfect into Eldar.
Yeah, he's put a Snickrot in there. He's got Zogrod on the board, which I've not seen for a while, but yeah. And a lot of Gretchen.
I think that's actually. This is going to be interesting. The thing is, this map deployment, as you can see, it's got a lot of. Eldar's going to love this map because it's broad. There's lots of room for dancing around.
Yeah.
They're not going to like those staging points on the flanks. And they're not going to like pressure. It's not very deep map, so you can't hide very deep. Horde Orcs with lots of movement could be a challenge for Nathan here.
It could be, and I think Matt will be out for blood after Nathan taking Andy to the cleaners in the last round. I think there will be vengeance and blood on his lips.
Okay, good first pair. As I said, the league has got to the point now where the brackets are huge. We've expanded into basically 3 huge brackets now, so it is almost anybody against anybody. So I think that'll be a really good game. Next up is one that I know Adam certainly identified as an interesting list and had an eye on. And this is Mr. Militaria Martin himself. Martin Bolton will be playing Logan Healy on his Death Guard.
Oh, that should be an interesting matchup. Logan's got a mix of Plague Boys, but Martin's list actually came with a magnificent announcement. As you'll know, version 12 has a meta-changing impact in Deeside Defenders. After its transformational hot dice stream, it was apparent that both Ben and Nick had changed their list to be anti-version 12 rather than the traditional anti-Death Guard or Knight. So now that counter has been found for the list, for the version 12 list, our hero, the unbowed mighty Militarum Martin, the Magnificent, has produced the exciting version 12. 13, yes, sorry.
That's Martin's name for his list. We love it.
Yes.
Yeah, I do enjoy every round reading Martin's description of the latest creation that he's ready to unleash. The one thing that generally appears to be consistent, though, is every time it has at least 2 or 3 of the Rogel Dawn with the Annihilators with the big cannons. So I presume Martin has stayed to type and filled the list with the big one-shot guns again, or?
I would like to say I've read the list. I got stuck at that point. Just lots of Catachan, some Krieg, some Bulgrin, Lehman Russes, Chimeras, 3 Warglaves, but no. Oh, he's got Rogel Dawn Commander.
No, it's what I think Ben meant was the Lehman Russ Vanquisher. Yes, it
Lehman
does.
Vanquishers, they're the ones.
Have
yes.
Vanquishers. They have remained.
It does. Of course, it has.
Yes.
They are prominent place in Martin's list. The Vanquishers shall never be vanquished, I think was the quote from Martin.
I'm not sure if this is new. He's gone triple armature. Did he have that before?
He has gone triple armature.
Okay, that is a chat. Hence the version 13. If you can't beat knights, join them, I guess, is the philosophy. So
yeah.
Okay, interesting. And into Logan on probably one of the last outings of the current Death Guard in the current format. Before they're turned into a real army again, on par with the rest of us.
Yeah.
Cool. Right. So next up is Barry on his Eldar.
Yeah.
Into Josh on his Chaos Demons.
Oh,
Josh
interesting.
S. Yeah.
Josh S.
Josh S,
Yes, he's got the big trifecta. He's got lots of big demons in his list. I think, as has been standard quite a lot across this league so far. I've actually made notes about these elves: Aspect Warriors, some Fire Prisms, and a goddamn Wraith Knight
He's still rocking the Wraith Knight. I
from
love it.
Barry. He's
He's
still
rocking.
running it.
He's hoping
And,
to run into
I
that
mean-
night matchup, right?
Yeah, I mean, I would say traditionally, Chaos Demons on paper is a pretty tough matchup for Eldar. It's not the best. Lots of invoms can negate a lot of their damage. Unless, of course, you happen to be Greek and you bring your girlfriend along to the game. And if that's the case, then Josh just 20-0s you out of nowhere.
Oh, it was glorious. It was glorious. What can I say?
So yeah, traditionally that should be a tough match for Eldar, but I've been shown otherwise very recently. So with that, I think that'd be a really interesting game to see how Barry gets on.
Well,
Ben-
if Josh
Ben
can
was
do
far
it,
more
then
excited.
Barry can.
Sorry, Ben was far more excited by the Greek player's wife's cleavage than I was, but it did offer a relaxing antidote to a long week of Warhammer at WTC. Taylor,
Or-
unfortunately, I forgot my wife is in the room, so I'm just going to end there.
we should end that antidote with just clarifying that I think the Greeks believed they could distract Josh from his game. That they were yet to experience Josh in full Josh mode, where nothing was going to stop him from destroying that poor Greek man's day. So it was an interesting game.
It was fun. Okay, next.
So next up is Steve Davis on Imperial Knights.
Pretty Steve's Knights.
Yeah, pretty standard list. 3 big boys and a lot of small boys.
Or should I say Steve's Pretty Knights? Sorry.
Into Phil Roberts on his World Eaters.
Oh, there's a lot of 8-bound, a lot of slaughter-bound, a lot of big angry boys there. And obviously, Khan, the very loyal person. Pretty standard, I think, World Eaters list at the minute.
Phil Roberts.
Should be interesting into that matchup.
Yeah, World Eaters, another army that I think we're expecting to see a few points changes on. A return more to type, I believe, less shooting and more chopping. If the points leaks are to be believed, that the Forge Fiends are going up and the 8-bounds are going down. So might be the last run out for Phil in its current format. And obviously Steve probably will lose a night, I'd imagine, after the patch.
Phil,
balance slate.
Phil taking time out from doing some hunting and just look at Phil Roberts, realizing that everyone at home can see. Welcome to my mind. Okay, that's fine. Next.
Okay, and then interestingly, the next matchup is Michael Darby on his World Eaters into Simon Payne on his Imperial Knights.
Oh, interesting.
So we have back-to-back World Eaters into Imperial Knights.
Strangely enough, Simon Payne's list is pretty much exactly the same as Steve's Pretty Knights. Mike has mixed up his list from last round after, I think, it not going well into my Hungry Holes, and he's put double Hellbrute in. So we'll see how that works into some big nights. I'm glad those double Hellbrutes weren't in the list when I went into them. Let's just say that.
Well, I was about to say you're pretty adept now at dealing with a brute in your hull, Adam. So that probably would have that would have been more interesting.
Rumors, scandal, and lies. I'm sure. So next.
Okay, next up, Matthew Elliott on his Death Guard.
Oh, yeah, lots of Plague Walkers and characters. Pretty standard Death Guard list, I think.
And Chris Hughes on his Chaos Demons.
No, he's gone with a mixed match of big guys and little guys this time, rather than just the big guys that we see quite a lot of these demon players playing at the minute.
Would we actually be able to see the table at some point after this? Would you be able to share that with us, Ben? So I just see where we are at the moment, because I've got no idea where any
Yes,
of these people are at the moment.
I can turn that back on in a second once you've done the draw.
Cool, that'd be great.
Yes, people have become very adept now trying to work out who their brackets are. So I think as people have now realised, I disable the table when there's about 4 or 5 fixtures left to input, which keeps things a bit more varied, which is good. Right, next up is Andy on his Space Marines.
Andy Adamson.
Yeah.
Into Ian Rogerson on his Emperor's Children.
Interesting.
Oh, interesting. So Andy and Matt have actually changed opponents this week from this round
That's true,
from last
isn't
round.
it? Yeah, Andy played Nathan last week.
Yeah.
And what's his tit? What's his name? God damn it, phone.
Matt played Ian.
You
Yeah.
like Ian,
No, one of the few people in chat, and he's forgotten his name. Disgraceful.
It's because I've got here as Hugh Dacker.
Yeah. But yeah, Ian's not really changed his list up, but there's not really much wiggle room, I think, with Emperor's Children at the minute, with just how the list works. And yeah, Andy's got a lot of intercessors, vindicators, Calgar, and Girlyman. So there's going to be a lot of melee fighting, I think, in that matchup. It should be interesting.
Combat. Interesting one to see. Okay, run into I think the last handful of fixtures now. We have Sam Lindsay on his Death Guard, and he will be playing Michael Brown on his Necrons.
Oh, interesting. I don't think Sam's mixed up his list too much. It's lots of smelly boys on there. Mike Brown's bought Doomstalkers, Doom Arcs, and Reanimators. So that should be interesting.
Yeah, Michael's normally a very varied Necron list. It's pretty rounded to take on most things, but obviously Death Guard can just be so oppressive right now that it's they have a tool to deal with everything, which can obviously make that difficult for Necron. So I think that'd be a tough game for Michael, but we'll see how that one goes.
Yeah.
Next up is James Larkin on his Leagues of Votan. Despite the fact the Codex has been leaked and it's due this weekend, James is playing old Codex. So just for his opponent, which will be Simon Jones on his Chaos Demons, it will be old Index Votan, which from the looks of things might actually be a positive for Demons, because I think a few people are working out some quite naughty little combos with the new Votan Codex from what I've been reading.
Yeah. A lot of the units seem to have been nerfed in toughness and stuff for the Votan, but there does seem to be some combos in there. I think some of the new models will possibly be needed, but Simon's playing lots of big boys, and James is keeping it real with lots of short guys in cars.
So sorry, I missed that draw. There was an adorable baby girl here that needs my attention. It is
Simon Jones.
Thank you. Yeah.
Simon Jones into James Larkin. Yeah, those jackbot things, whatever they are for Votan, I think are unlocking quite a few tasty combos in the new Codex. So I think we're gonna see some interesting play on there.
Yeah, I do want to get them on the table, and I will do soon, but obviously Lee takes priority, and I don't like the new models.
Oh, controversial.
No, I've shared my view that I think they look like men wearing skinny jeans. Those weird...
Which is an abomination, of course.
Those weird jackboot things, which they look like they're older than 30 as well, so that's just a big no. You can't wear skinny jeans over 30.
No, I've tried.
Well, I thought it was just some new characters. Was it they got new units, have they?
Oh, there's a new robots unit thing that does.
Right.
They're basically your annoying Wraith Guard guys.
Yeah, there's a new Sagittar and a new Sagittar that hovers.
Yes, transport. Yeah.
They got some
transport scouts.
Yeah, they're looking quite good. Goonhammer wrote a very good review on the Codex. They actually said that it's almost getting so interesting that it will turn off current Votan players because you actually have to use your brain.
Too much flavour.
Yeah, it's too much flavour for traditional Votan players, so we shall see. Right, next up will be Jack and James on their Space Marines. This is the first of the two buys as you go on the website, but it will be Jack and James into Nick Jones. So I think this is going to be another Gurney Man fight.
It is, yeah,
Correct?
yeah. Rabute, Calgar, Jack and James bought a lot of ballistas and hellblasters, which I think will come in useful in this scenario. But yeah, it is Ultramarine and Ultramarine.
Ah, mirror, okay. Is there
Yeah.
a bit any considerable variety in the list at all? Considering the map. Can I just bring up the
I
list?
think it's the difference really is going to be the Hellblasters. I think they are going to come into it. There's like some Terminators in Nick's list, which those boys will go into quite nicely.
They're a bit
But
different, aren't they? There's some Predators,
yeah,
Terminators.
yeah.
They've both got Terminators. Infernus, there's some Flamers in there. Centurion Devastator Squad, that's different. So they'll have some interesting toolkits. Alright, well,
Yeah.
I'm interested to see how
Yeah,
that works out.
Ballistas into Centurions will be an interesting shoot-off. So that should be an interesting game. This next one, I think I'm actually really pleased this has happened now, pre-nerfs.
Oh.
It's one I always look out for every league season.
Oh, you better not be into me.
And it is Mr. Richard Naismith
Oh.
into Mr. Bearded Steve.
Oh, no way.
Ooh,
It is Rich versus Steve, Death Guard into Imperial Knights. Boast pre-nerf that we know is coming. Always a good game between those two. I don't think they've been playing each other as often as they used to.
Well, they've both gone into their training
so...
montages so that they could learn to defeat each other. But alas,
yeah,
those training montages
so
have been cut short.
That will be a good game, Rich into Steve. Be a really interesting one.
Yeah, Rich has brought Typhus and a lot of Death Shroud into some big nights, so I'm not sure how Death Shroud are going to go into some big nights. But Steve's brought 4 big nights, 3 little ones, and a Caligar Assassin. Caligar Assassin? I'm sticking with it. I've said it.
Yeah,
yeah, those Death Shroud with lethals
and
the
sustained.
6-inch and sustained, and the 6-inch drop can really mess up nights. So that will be an interesting game. That one. I mean, Rich has the firepower. Yeah, it'll be a good game.
But as you said on this map, the Knights do have it's a shooting gallery to some extent. But yeah,
yes.
if those Death Shroud get in, it's going to smash. He's only got 12 Death Shroud. Ooh.
Yeah.
Well.
Yeah, I think for the first time, Rich has actually dropped his Death Shroud count, so he might regret that. Anyway, moving onwards and upwards. So the next matchup is Lee Hughes on his Black Templars.
Lee Hughes, also pre-New Codex, I assume, or is this post-New Codex?
The Black Templars are now a full release. So they were a full release last weekend.
That's good.
I believe. I think
yeah,
I'm wrong in saying that.
I do remember someone saying at WTC that it had come out. Oh, I don't know if it's pre-order, but yeah.
Yeah, Lee is playing Gladius, though. He's got a lot of Malibos, a Repulsor.
Yeah, no, sorry, Black Templars is a full release, so they were available. But I think a lot of people kind of saw the new rules and were like, well, I'm losing a few bit, I'll stick with what I know. So, but yes, it is Black Templars, and Lee will be absolutely delighted to know that he'll be playing James Wright on his Orcs.
Oh. That's his Beast Snaggers and Trikes list that he's been playing. I don't think he's made any changes since his last game.
Well, Black Templars into Orcs, the great showdown of our time. Lee did play Hugh Dagger last league, right? So he's had to play into Orcs. He's probably looking for a revenge punch up here into Orcs. They are very well suited into killing lots of Orcs, Templars to say the least. So it'll be interesting.
Yeah. Interesting game. 2 combat armies that are going to want to take those staging points early, so that will be an interesting one. Right, we are now heading into the top bracket, so the final 5 fixtures.
I don't like it.
Next up is Mr. Paul Sheard on his sisters.
Yeah, he's got some angel girls, some castigators, and lots of other women. I don't know what they do.
I think is he still running the Canoness spam? Lots of Canonesses, lots
I think he is, yeah.
real solid list. Lots of exorcists and castigators.
Yeah,
and,
3 castigators dominate. Some baby carriers, 2 units of Sephirin, arcoflagellants, immolators. Yeah, Morganval.
Yeah, it's definitely got some decent output. And he shall be playing Matthew Jones on his Chaos Demons.
Wow.
Yeah,
Now I know.
Oh, go on.
I was gonna say, I know Matt was toying with some different lists, and he tried out Shadow Legion into Jordan last round. Was trying some screamers and bits and pieces. So I'm not actually sure what he's running this time.
That is what he's running. He's got Be'lakor, Bloodthirster, group of Nurglings, some Plague Bearers, 2 units of Fleshhounds, 3 units of Screamers, and then he's allied in some CSM, so Chaos Lords, some Chosen, Cultist Mobs, and 2 units of Raptors.
Strong list.
Yeah.
Yeah, this has got a lot of play. So this is what has been doing the rounds at WTC as well. Pre-WTC, the Screamers are 3 wounds each. They're surprisingly hard to chew through. Obviously, those Sisters tanks won't have too much trouble with those. But it's just the combination. I think they're fast, they're beasts, they move through walls. They've got anti-vehicle, have they?
Yeah, anti-vehicle, anti-monster 4+. So they are quite tasty nowadays.
They can pick up those tank profiles and then choke things up quite quickly. So it's hard to lock this one down, I'd say. Hard to lock this one.
Yeah, the six men versions can do quite a bit of mortal wounds as well on the flyover. So with 3 squads of them, they can put some damage up. As you said, three damage tanks can deal with them pretty effectively. So I think it's going to be a lot of invons in that game. But a really good one. So tough matchup for both of them.
Well, Screamers are poor man's swooping hawks because they only get the mortals on a normal move. Which is,
they do, yes.
They
do. They are another example of a unit that plays by the rules of the game, as opposed to Eldar.
Yeah, so, well, I mean, he wants to play by the rules.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so next.
Yeah. Go on, sorry.
Next up, another again that I'll repeat what I said before. The fixture that I look forward to every year, that I enjoy when it comes up.
Stop teasing because I haven't seen Adam go up yet.
Next up is Mr. Hungry Holes himself, Mr. Adam Studart.
Hungry Holes.
Oh, my hungry holes. Yeah.
Mr. Hungry Holes on his Tyranids will be playing Mr. Hungry Eyes himself, Mr. Rhino Reese on his Death Guard.
Ooh.
Brutal.
Oh, that's going to be a hard game.
It is.
So, yes, Reese versus Adam. That will be a great game to see, I think.
That's tough.
Yeah, that one will be. He's only got 1 Rhino. I will intend to kill it first turn.
Good. Sacrifice your entire game plan for that.
I think Reese will be delighted that he's playing you free nerf this round.
Yeah.
I think that's not. Nids can be a tough matchup for Death Guard, and I think 200 points down in a few weeks' time would have been really bad for him. So I think Adam Reese is probably would much prefer it this way around.
Yeah, I was hoping to avoid him until after the nerf. To be fair, I don't like the look of anyone left in the top region. I was hoping for Nick. Me and Nick always have a fun game. Me and Reese always have a fun game. It will be fun. I think it's going to get very sweaty.
I think his list is a horrible counter to your list.
But I think his list is a horrible counter to mine. I'm going to have to play the game of my life.
You have I've noticed. I was just looking at your list. Hungary meta chasing holes. Is that right?
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
have a distinct lack of shooting, except for one unit.
Whoa,
And
whoa, 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 whoa. You don't need to shoot when you've got as many hungry holes as I've got.
yeah,
I'm just going to pull
I
Marines
mean,
down into my hole.
I've been reliably informed by Mike Darby that Adam has a completely indestructible Norn as well.
is that right?
So many people at the Allies event will probably try to claim also.
Yeah, I'm afraid that Reese has 100 has 30 unkillable poxwalkers as well to stop you from bouncing around. So
That's why I've got Horus Vexes.
yeah. Well, that will be an interesting fight on this open map in particular. Sorry,
Yeah.
we're spending a bit of time on this one, but we've got Adam here. They are getting towards the top of the bracket, so it's yeah, I'm interested. That's going to be close, if nothing else.
Yeah, it is. I think Reese is going to win it.
Got to back yourself.
So we have 3 fixtures left. Now, for those of you who have half a brain, would have realised that we already know Josh is playing for. They're the 2 unbeaten players. We know that matchup is happening. The top of the bracket. We'll come on to that one shortly. What that does mean is that there's currently 4 players remaining, 2 more fixtures to be played. And next up is Mr. Nicolas on his Custodes. So Nick on Adeptus Custodes.
Well, he finally broke his draw streak. We forgot to mention that Steve the Beard didn't. He's got another draw. Sorry.
So it's Nick on his Custodes, and Nick shall be playing Mr. Josh Burns on his Spaceball.
Ooh, there's a lot of damage 3 in that list for Mr. Josh Burns, I suspect.
Yeah, Wolfguard, Wolfen, it's a nasty list. I was expecting to go into it. That was my prediction for this draw. I'm so glad I haven't.
Well, is it different from his last list?
Josh was very drunk at a wedding last night.
Is that right?
So, submitted a list while still under the influence, I believe. So I've not had a chance to look at it, but it'd be interesting to see. It's entirely possible Josh may have forgotten to put any Thundercab or Wolverine in the state he was in, so who knows?
Well, he's put 15 Wolfguard Terminators in there, so he must have been drunk.
He has.
So it's a thing. But, you know, it has got a lot of damage 3 in there. It's got a bit of speed. It hasn't got a lot of shooting, if any. Okay, he's dropped the... I killed his Dreadnoughts turn 1 in our game, and I think he's just dropped them off his list completely in protest.
Punishment for their behaviour.
Yeah. Okay, interesting. So I reckon they're going to have -1 to wound, so they're going to be a tough nut to crack as well. So.
Yeah. So that leaves for the eagle-eyed amongst you, and this is another matchup I look out for every season, so I can prepare the loot. Will be myself on Thousand Suns into Jordan Davis on his Emperor's Children. I think on paper it's a decent matchup for T-Suns, but I already know that Jordan is going to win the roll-off and completely obliterate me by turn 2, because it's just what happens every time. So I will look forward to that matchup.
He is
on this massively open map with no depth to hide upon.
You are quite close together, but there is nowhere to. Yeah, it's.
That would be again fantastic game. Always enjoy my games into Jordan. I don't think we've ever had a close game in the times we've played. One of us has always smashed the other person.
Oh yeah, he ran over you last time, didn't he? He just
he did, yeah. I mean, he managed. He killed both my vortex beasts with havocs. With literally like 3 las cannons killed a beast, which was just unheard of. And killed Magnus and Overwatch with some havocs as well. So it was a pretty crazy game. but a fun one, and obviously Jordan has been dishing out some pretty big punishment with his Emperor's Children, but I know he's also been on the end of a few defeats as well this season so far. So will be an enjoyable game. So Jordan's a great opponent. So
Yes, great opponent.
uh,
I guess I fill in the blanks then, do I? I'm in here somewhere. There.
yeah. So as I said, we know the last the remaining two unbeaten players is Fur on his Blood Angels, into Josh on his Eldar. I mean, I think both of you were aware that would be the matchup. So I'd be curious to know from Adam if he believes any cheeky list tailoring has been going on or not.
Josh has elves, so I've not looked at his list because who cares, they're elves. But there seems to be a lot of assault intercessors with jump packs, Death Company Marines with jump packs, Infiltrator Squad, Sanguinary Guard, a Bile Predator, Impulsors. So lots of things that want to be up close and personal with some very squishy T3 elves. So it should be an interesting game. I would like to sit on the sidelines and watch that one.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Just to watch Josh cry.
It sounds like the same list as Fur used last round. So I was looking forward to play into that one. So I think that will be again, Fur, like all of his lists, plays it very well. I think that will be. I mean, they have the movement to also engage Eldar on their terms. So I think that would be an interesting game. Eldar love killing Marines, though. So, I mean, what's your initial thoughts, Josh? What are you thinking in regards to that one?
I don't like jump packs. I don't like impact mortals. It's got all the toys. It's also very, very, as open it is for me, which I love. It's also very hard for me to screen my backfield because it's such a huge area.
Yeah, huge deployment zone.
So I have to lose. My primary defense is protecting myself against rapid ingresses and deep strikes, and I have to lose so many of my units to do that. As I said, I've identified those staging points early doors, and whilst some armies might struggle, I would say that sorry, the beer's coming up and repeating on me. Some of these armies might struggle to move the 6 and then get a good charge in here. An army of jump pack Marines can go 12 and be where the hell they like, really. So
yeah,
it will be interesting. My army's predominantly a shooting one, so it will be.
Yeah, he does get an extra attack and 2 strength to his weapons as well when he charges.
Which matters because then
Liberator Assault Cruise.
Yeah, which matters because then everything's strength 6, which means everything's going to be on 2s. So it's it's one of those. He hits me, I die. So let's see.
Yeah.
It's always a good game with Fur. It's always a game of chess. So
yeah, I think this will be. I mean, if anyone's hopeful to deny Josh the hat trick of league wins, I think Fur's the man who could step in and inflict. I mean, will it be the first defeat in 3 seasons if you were to lose? I'm not sure you've dropped a game yet, have you?
No, I've lost. I lose all the time. I don't think I lost one.
Yeah, but not in the league.
Um,
You drew a game into Josh Burns last season. I think that was the only.
Yeah, which is a loss. So giving Josh Burns any points is a loss. So it's no, yeah. Well, I think it's the perfect. It's to me. If there's ever a moment for it to happen, it's now because it's the Blood Angels, and to me, it's yeah. I just seem to be getting paired into horrible melee pressure lists that I don't want to go into all the time. What was it? Emperor's Children, Wolves, Blood Angels. When will there be a break?
Yeah, it's pretty much all that there is in the top half of the table at the moment, really. The league table is now available, by the way. I've turned that back on, so the league view is available on the Deeside Defenders website.
Okay, let's have a quick spy of that then, shall we?
Yeah,
I think standings. There we go. So Fur is technically standing on the top at the moment. I'll just hide this.
He is, yeah. Fur has obviously had a pretty tough run in himself, so he's currently sitting on a higher Bernholt score because of the matchups he's gone into, and his opponents have picked up good points as well.
So I'm just making that a bit clearer. Yeah.
And you
Yeah.
can see here the vast number of players sitting on. You look at the number of players sitting on 3 and 1,
Yeah.
and the number of players sitting on
Two.
2, 1 and 1 as well.
There's lots of draws in there.
Yeah, awful lot of draws, but it does mean this next round, because it's based on wins for those guys sitting on 3 and 1 who lose this next round, could suddenly find themselves bottom half of the table. It's a really pivotal round, this one, because we're going to see some substantial changes. The 2-1-1s hit, half of them in theory will hit 3 wins, and actually jump above the players sitting on 3 and
It's so tight.
3-1-2.
That's insane. You've got half these wins, half these. It's great. Actually, the 8-game format is making this tight. To think that this could have been one of the penultimate round as well. That's interesting. Reese is sitting right up there, so he's gonna really want to win that game. You're gonna have to watch yourself there, Adam.
He is really going to want to win that game. I think it's going to be a tough game, but you know, I brought him into this world. I can bring him out of it.
Very good.
Yeah, I mean, for the winners of this round will likely play. Well, one of them will go on to play Josh Offer. Somebody will step up into that bracket unless it's a draw, of course, which is plausible. So I think we'll go into round 6 here, the last 3 games of the season, and there really will be an awful lot to play for.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, then I think if there's no questions from the crowd, which I don't believe there are, we can call it there and call it a good stream, and be done with it. But I think that was fine. It was a bit of ad hoc. Sorry again, everyone, for not having the usual video quality and interactivity that we have. But we've done what we can with what we've got, and I think it's been all right. So. Thanks, Ben.
Yeah,
and Adam.
we're good to go. Bring on normal order shall be resumed for round 6.
Yes.
All the floggings will continue.
Right.
Yeah, well, we're not half dead with Austrian flu.
And thanks to you as well, Martin. And thanks for watching, everyone. See you next time. Take it easy.